This season of Healthy in the Garden State is generously sponsored by Hunterdon Health. Winter in New Jersey brings cold temps, shorter days, and a temptation to stay curled up inside. But movement during the season isn't just about keeping our bodies strong. It is also a very important aspect of keeping our minds and our moods in good places as well. We'll start with my first ever venture onto a pickleball court to learn the basics, the benefits, and the community of this uber popular sport. Then we'll step into a yoga studio to discover how movement and breathwork can calm and energize us, and show tools you can practice right along with us at home. To finish, we'll join a former Olympic figure skater as she brings the benefits of figure skating to people of any fitness background with open classes and lessons helping balance, strength, and grace. Let's go find some inspiration to move, breathe, and thrive all season long. Welcome to Healthy in the Garden State. I'm your host, Kate Cherichello Tente, and I am on a mission to highlight all the ways New Jersey supports healthier living. Join me in exploring trails, parks, gyms, wellness centers, restaurants, grocery stores, and more, all in search of inspiration for how we can get and stay healthy right here in our Garden State. I'm a New Jersey native and certified fitness professional passionate about helping people live their healthiest lives. Because our health comes first. The healthier we are, the better we show up in the world, the better our interaction, the better our productivity. The list goes on. Every bit counts when it comes to our health, and I hope that Healthy in the Garden State gives you fresh ideas and encouragement to keep moving forward. Let's dive into today's episode. In just a few years, the popularity of pickleball has exploded in America. And with the myriad of health benefits, physically, mentally, and socially, we want to know more about it. So we are visiting Montclair Pickleball today to learn more about the sport. And hopefully they'll teach me some basics as well. Montclair Pickleball was formed by Matt Slawinski and Aaron Resnick, with a guiding philosophy of inspiring a love for pickleball, developing strong players, and building a thriving community, which it is obvious that they certainly have. Aaron, we're really excited to be here today. Please tell us more about pickleball. Why is it the craze that it is?
Pickleball is a unicorn sport. It's truly something that no one alive today has ever experienced anything like in terms of a sports revolution. We have over 800 million people that have played just in Asia, most likely over 1 billion people that have already touched a paddle, and I think it's going to very soon be the second most played sport in the world under soccer. This is a sport that's democratizing activity and health. You have people that have never been athletes that are athletes every day. It's building community, building social relationships, building romantic relationships, allowing people to feel at any age like, yes, they can still be better and better at something every single day. Pickleball is here and it's going to be forever. You know, tennis and other sports a little bit harder to get the hang of. However, pickleball, you'll be hitting back and forth within not 1 year, 1 hour, but 1 minute. So that's the beauty of pickleball, is anybody can hit back and forth immediately and participate instantaneously.
My love of movement and sport, I have never played pickleball somehow. So this is a first. I'm excited. Where do I go?
Okay, so let's start with the most important rule in pickleball. This right here, this is called the kitchen. We cannot hit a ball in the air while we're standing on or in front of this line, okay? Black and white, real simple. I cannot hit a ball in the air while I'm standing in front of this line. Other thing is when we actually hit most of our shots, we're gonna hold it like this. This is called continental grip. And now the most important shot in pickleball is called the dink, D-I-N-K. We're gonna flatten our paddle and just push, all right? So you're gonna come as close as possible to that line. And now we're gonna have our paddle out in front of us in ready position. And we're gonna just hit nice and easy dinks. Yep, just getting under the ball. You wanna tap it up straight.
But I can't step into the kitchen, right?
Technically, I could step in if I know it's gonna bounce short, but I can't hit the ball in the air while I'm in the kitchen.
How did you start playing pickleball?
I was definitely against the idea of it. I went to University of Maryland and I met a kid named Ben playing club tennis, and we would play ping pong and tennis every week, and we became good friends. And a couple months into school he said, hey, you should try pickleball, and I said, no, that really sounds weird, I'm not too interested. I hadn't heard from my friend Ben about pickleball since we'd just been playing ping pong, but I read this article and I realized that my friend Ben Johns was #1 in the world. And then eventually when we graduated, Matt and I, my co-founder, and I continued running our first serve tennis academy full-time, an academy we started started in Montclair during COVID, got to that pro level, started traveling around, flying around, and teaching under our tennis academy. And then we said, hey, we need a separate academy for pickleball. And then that led to 3 locations. We have a media company, an accessories brand, a travel business, a nonprofit, and just try to do everything we can to make the most of the sport and help build the future of it. We're going to take it up a notch. We're going to go into volleys now. This is simply punches, back and forth, high fives, punches. We're going to keep that ball in the air. We're going to get low. We're going to bend low, paddle up. Now we're just going to use our wrist to turn the angle of our hand.
Okay. But don't step forward, right?
No need to step forward. Let the ball come to you and punch it straight. You can hit it as hard as you want. As long as you hit it at me, you can really de-stress here.
Tell me more about this nonprofit, the Paddle Project.
The goal is to really give access to anybody in the world who needs, or as many people as possible in the world who needs paddles and free instruction. So what we're doing is we have a few paddle partners, so large paddle companies. We are connecting them with nonprofits around the world, and we're sending out paddles and nets to those nonprofits in different countries, and then they hop on a call with someone from our team if they want for like a 30-minute, hey, let us tell you how you should teach this game to your people. So that's one end of it. The other end of it is providing free instruction. So taking a club like, let's say Montclair Pickleball or another club, and basically funding them running free clinics for nearby organizations where we're taking money raised from the Paddle Project to pay for transportation and the other cost of getting people here and getting them taught. For example, Newark Boys and Girls Club. Our first one is with Oasis in Patterson. They serve women and children, and we're doing free programs for them. So basically we're getting funding, getting paddles out, and then funding, getting free programming and transportation. And then eventually we hope to maybe build some courts in low-income communities as well. Now we're gonna want to hit some ground strokes, full court?
Sure, I don't know what ground stroke is yet. So
ground strokes are when we hit balls off the ground. There are 2 situations we're gonna use these. We're gonna use them for our serve returns, when someone serves and we return, or for our third shot drives. That's a shot you can look at another day. We're just gonna hit back and forth now, all right? Just like we're playing tennis here.
Okay.
You're gonna bring your paddle back, and you're gonna hit a big swing, just like a banana or a pirate ship, high to low to high. Ready? Oh, sorry. I'm getting too excited here.
No, that was good. Keeping me on my toes. Wait, you're the server, so I just hit it.
Yeah, wherever you want. We're just going to hit it. Keep it going, keep it going. Nice. One of the best parts of pickleball is hitting an overhead slam, and you can just de-stress, get all that energy out, take a high ball, and just absolutely crush it right onto your opponents. I'm gonna give you that chance right now, all right? Come to the kitchen, you're gonna point up, you're gonna use your other pointer finger as like a guide, and then you're gonna snap down right to my feet. When you slam it, you wanna aim for your opponent's feet, because that's the hardest place to attack, all right?
Okay.
Slam it.
Yeah.
Nice, again. Nice,
Ooh,
one more. Oh, too excited. There we go. That was cool. That's actually a new way to do it. I like it.
Adam, so you are a coach here at Montclair Pickleball, yes? And tell me more about what you do and why you do it.
Yes, so I get to coach these amazing students who some have tennis backgrounds and other racket sport backgrounds, some don't. But these are just people who are just interested in being part of a community, having fun, and that's what pickleball's about. It really is. It's just about making new friends and getting out and being active. Do you know pickleball was founded in 1965? It only got popular around the pandemic. So I, believe it or not, played in my high school gym class. And it was kind of a fun, I thought, a silly, fun sport. And fast forward till around 2019, 2020, someone tells me, oh, are you playing pickleball? And I just thought, wait, was that gym sport that I played? Turns out it was. I had a visceral feeling that it would be a big part of my life at that moment on. I signed up for a league. A year later, quit my job, became a pickleball coach, and I also write in the pickleball media space for lots of various publications, and there you go.
Thanks to Montclair Pickleball for my long overdue introduction into the world of this sport. If you want to join in the fun but aren't sure where to begin, reach out to the team here. They can point you in the right direction. Next, we're going to head up to Release Yoga in Hillsdale, and after we warm up those muscles, we're going to hit the ice.
Hunterdon Health knows when it comes to your family, good health is everything. You depend on our high-quality, compassionate care for pediatric checkups, primary care and urgent care, specialty care services, and life-saving screenings, maternity and newborn services, 100 in Health is here for all your family's healthcare needs. So together, you can enjoy the everyday little moments that make for an extraordinary life.
Let's go into Release Yoga here in Bergen County to find some inspiration to move, breathe, and thrive all season long. So Lisa is the owner of Release Yoga. Lisa, tell us a little bit more about what exactly is yoga? And I mean that because there's the physical, the strengthening, there's the flexibility, there's the calming, there's the energizing, sometimes there's a spiritual component. How do you define yoga?
Well, yoga literally means to yoke, union. So it could be union with everybody. So when we say namaste, it's the light in me honors the light in you. So it's saying that we see ourselves in others. So we're unionizing or yoking together. And then the other aspect is the mind, body, spirit connection. I've been practicing since I'm 18, so about 25 years, but I got really into it about 10 years ago is when I really devoted myself to the practice, and it was more than just the physical, the moving the body, like, oh, this feels good, I can go into whatever crazy pose. And then as I got older, I realized it's not about that, it's about calming the mind, working with the pranayama, and then doing what feels good for the body. It's not about looking like everybody else in the class, it's doing what feels right for you. We'll begin with Samavriti, so 4-part breath. Let's exhale fully. And inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold. As the palms come to touch, we exhale, bring the hands down to the heart. Namaste. Inhale, we gaze up. Exhale, flip the palms.
What about when someone says, like, oh, yoga, it's too easy, I'm not getting enough of a workout. Like, what do you say to those comments?
Then they need to go into their body, create self-awareness, and decide what they need to do differently. So if a pose is, let's say, they're saying it's too slow or it's too easy, then there are definitely things that we can do. We can incorporate twists, we can go a little deeper, we can use blocks. So there's a lot of things that we can do. So yoga is not easy.
And what about someone who maybe is intimidated? They don't know yoga, they haven't tried, and they're a little scared to step into the class.
Yes, I always say the hardest part is walking in.
Yeah.
Once you walk in, you're good. You put your mat down, your mat is like your little haven. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. This is your time. You can lay in child's pose. You can lay in Shavasana the whole time. You follow what you can do. I always say give it about 3 classes. The first class, you're looking around. The second class, you're starting to come into your body. And by the third class, you're right in it with everybody else. And then from there, somebody asked me the other day, I finally got half moon down, which is a more challenging pose. And she said, I know I'm getting better because now I'm thinking, where does my gaze go? So if somebody's intimidated, you come in. If you're going to our studio, everybody's going to meet you where you are, and you're going to come on your mat and you're going to do what you can. And then every single time you come, it's you versus yourself. So it's what can I do today? And sometimes you have to let it up and you're not going to be able to give 100. You're going to give 100 of what you have. And the next time you're going to come in and maybe you'll give a little more. But every single time you step onto your mat, this is your practice.
Sue, you're one of the yoga instructors here. Can you share a little bit more about what you focus on in your practice?
So in my practice, I really focus on mobility and our ability to move in a way that is going to help for longevity. So it's great to stretch, it's great to strengthen, and I like to challenge myself in those ways too, but I'm really, really focused on, can I do that when I'm 80? Can I do that when I'm 90? Can I do what I'm doing today to help support the things that I can do when I'm older? So mobility is addressing how your joints move. So we're looking at trying to get your joints to come into their full range of motion, meaning the ways that your hip can move. Are we moving the hip in all the ways it can move? In our day-to-day life, we're sitting a lot, we're driving, we're at our desks, so we don't move our hips much more than one of these businesses, right? Yeah. So mobility helps to encourage the full range of motion that your shoulder joint or your elbow joint, your hip joint, knee joints, all the joints, so that they can come into their full potential. All of us can find our optimal and full range of motion if we just start to pay attention to it. Here's the thing. Even if you move 1 minute a day, and I know it seems like, oh, I got to do so much, but even if you move 1 minute a day, and let's say you move later in the day, another minute. Let's say by the end of the day, you decided 3 to 5 minutes of movement. And sometimes that doesn't feel like it's a lot, but if you add those minutes up in a week, you can have banked, 15, 20, whatever minutes of movement that will help you and help you stay healthy, help you feel better, especially in the cold winter when it's going to be much harder to move and you're going to be less encouraged to move. These little things you can do, these little movement nuggets, right? These little mobility snacks can help you stay healthy, keep your mind from going to the dark side, and keep your body and your muscles and joints strong. So here's something that is anyone can start with, and even if it doesn't look like how I'm demonstrating it, or even if you're like, wow, this one movement is really hard, wherever you start is where you start, and that's where you begin, and it can only get better. Yes. So this is something that is known in like movement practices as a hip CAR. Hip for the hip, and CAR. It's a controlled articulated rotation. Okay. And so I'm gonna use this, just like this wonderful little thing here, to help with balance. You could do it without the balance, but I'm gonna show you with this because it's a little bit easier. So I'm gonna shift my weight to just one foot, so in my case, my right foot, and I'm gonna just pick up this left foot, bend the knee. So I'm gonna target at the hip. This first movement is flexing at the hip, yeah. So it's not, can I just pick up the foot? It's how high can I pick up the foot? How high can I bring the knee? So I wanna bring it to the full range of motion without help. So that's part one. Part two is keep it high, then externally rotate it out to the side. I can do it this way, but I wanna go as high as I can, as far out as I can. And I'm already stretching muscles and things are working. Now keep the knee really high without dropping it. Drop the knee down and bring the ankle up. Now you see how your body will want to come forward. You have to do the best you can to keep yourself upright, which is why having your hand on a chair support helps. So now I've internally rotated the hip. Then I'm going to move the knee back in space without leaning forward, and I'm extending the hip. So I'm bringing the leg back behind. You might feel that a bit in your back of your thighs. Then I can come forward again and begin the next rotation. Practice. So next hip CAR, flexion, rotation, external, internal rotation, hip extension, back to hip flexion. That's great. And the key is not to do this, right? Not to do it so quickly, because the idea is you want to take a moment to pause at the fullest range you can go, the fullest range you can go. And what's great about this is if you start doing it just a minute a day, you'll start to see the gains, even an inch at a time, but you'll get to see it.
Liza, so you are one of the instructors here at Release Yoga. What is your focus?
So my focus is on breath work, and I've been playing monthly sound baths as part of a holistic healing way that we can find clarity and calm in the mind.
If someone is not used to hearing all of these words and these yoga terms, we have a lot of these going around today, what do you tell them to explain what breath work is?
Okay, so breath work is actually pranayama. And pranayama was found in the ancient texts of yoga, in the Yoga Sutras by Patanjali, about in the 3rd century. So what it taught us is that prana is this subtle energy that permeates and interconnects everything. And yama means restraint and control. So they taught us techniques of how to control the breath to essentially calm the mind and connect mind and body. And especially in the winter months, when we find ourselves in darkness, we might wake up in a little darkness, we might not feel the best, and so one way of practicing is waking up in the morning, obviously maybe activating our grateful muscle first, right? Saying thank you. And starting by becoming aware of your breath. The breathing exercise, the pranayama that I will focus on today is actually 3 breaths in one. One of the breathing exercises is a diaphragm breathing, which we breathe into the diaphragm. That's the one that expands the belly. It's called the belly breathing. Then we have the thoracic breathing, and that's the breath that goes into the rib cage. And finally, we have the clavicle breathing, and it goes all the way into the clavicle, and we find a little breath retention there, a little kumbhaka, a little breath retention. So we take these 3 breaths and we make it into a 3-part breath called yogic breathing. And we want to start by placing one hand over the belly and the other hand perhaps onto the heart. Close your eyes, and whether you're in a crisscross-legged position or seated on a chair, perhaps even lying down onto the floor, all you need is a straight spine, relaxed throat. Notice if your ears are over your shoulders. Relax your shoulders. Slowly inhaling into the diaphragm. Notice your belly filling up with air. Notice how the breath moves into the rib cage, into the thoracic cavity. The breath fills all the way into the collarbones. When you have filled your body with air, just take a little breath retention, maybe just a few seconds. And as you exhale, begin to push the air out. Feel your chest pulling in and up, diaphragm pushing in and up. And you're using your diaphragm to really push the air out.
Liza, thank you.
You're so welcome.
And what a great just a reminder too of just how much space there is to
Absolutely.
fill that we don't take advantage
Yes.
of. Is there one aspect of your yoga practice over the years and discovering yoga over the years that really stands out as maybe the most impactful to you?
I think the quiet that you find within. I never knew that that existed. I thought it was purely physical. People talked about meditation, people talked about quieting the mind. I had not experienced it. And then as soon as I did, it was like something inside of me went off. And I just was like, wow. And I said to the instructor, I said, my mind got quiet. And she said, that's yoga. And it's yoga chitta vritti nirodha, which means calming the fluctuations of the mind. And that's really what the goal of yoga is. And finding that is spectacular. And once you find it, it's almost like you're chasing it because you constantly are looking for that place. And every time you want to go there, it gets a little easier. So being able to close your eyes, what you said, 5 minutes at home, 5 minutes, you can find that place. And that's really, really important.
Now that we're centered and feeling strong, let's keep those good vibes going and head to our next activity. Let's go find some inspiration to move, breathe, and thrive all season long. Let's go. Yes, figure skating is a great workout, and there are opportunities for people of all abilities to skate, be it open skate, a learn how to skate lesson, or JoJo Starbuck's cool workout class here at Codey. Yeah, I haven't been in skates in about 15 years, I think. I loved going to open skates as a kid, but it's just the opportunity hasn't presented itself since, so here we go. Gotta get these skates tightened up first, though.
So just follow me for a minute. Your arms at 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock are good for balance.
Great.
Right? And you want to just take baby little steps, and you want to push to the side, not pushing back with your toe picks, because that puts you in a bad position. You never really get a good quality stroke if you use your toe picks. So you want to push to the side together, bend, push to the side together, bend.
Ooh, wow,
That's
it's been a
it.
minute.
Bend, good.
Jane, how did you first hear about JoJo's classes?
Well, about 12 years ago, I was complaining because the Olympics were coming along, and I'd always wanted to skate. And my husband noticed an advertisement in the local paper, which was still running, and it said that she was doing this adult skate class. And he said, you gotta not do another Olympics like this. You gotta go and you just gotta do it. So very late in life, I showed up, JoJo took care of me, and I've been skating.
Oh, I have to ask then, was there any fear or apprehension starting this very new thing?
Yeah. I didn't place on skates until my mid-60s. I mean, yeah.
yeah, am I going to break something? But it's been great.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you love most about it?
I love the physical activity. I didn't realize how many body parts were involved in skating. Yeah, I mean, my first day, my arms were exhausted. I didn't realize your arms were always doing something, your feet are doing something. And I just love the socialization. I love the community, the skate community. It's really special. You know what? You've got to go for it. It seems scary, but it really isn't. If you start with a good coach and you learn the moves properly the first time, you're good.
My toes on the axis. I'm going to plie and push and release, and push and release, push and release. So you want all the weight on this leg so that you can pull this one back. Put all the weight here so you can pull the left one in.
Pull up. Okay, I gotta work on that.
Don't make your pushes quite so big.
Oh, okay.
Make them smaller so that you can own them more.
Okay.
For now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sarah, how did you find out about JoJo's classes?
Well, one day I came for a public skate at this rink. I live really close in West Orange. My husband and I came just to skate for fun, and I happened to see JoJo's sign that she was offering classes, and that sparked my interest. And my husband actually really encouraged me to try it out, and I thought, okay, let me give it a go. I had skated for a long time as a kid and then was off the ice for quite a while. I did some inline skating, but hadn't done any figure skating in many years. So I had the opportunity to skate with an Olympian, which is incredible. So I came back, and that was about 10 years ago now. So I came back to the ice at 40. Oh, JoJo is so inspiring to skate with. Yeah, it's a creative outlet in one way, and it's also fitness, it's strength, it's balance and endurance, it's everything. And you're learning something new, so you feel good doing it. It's a wonderful break from the rest of my week.
Fingertips in front of my belly button, and I'm gonna open this one, and open this one, and come down. And when you move your arms, remember that thing we talked about with resistance? So you just don't let it go. Pretend like there's a force pushing against your arm while you're trying to open it. It's pushing you to not be able to do that. And when I bring my arm down, there's also resistance. Something's pushing me up and I'm fighting to go down. So it makes all your arms more beautiful. Excellent, Kate.
Go slow. Great.
So you together bend and push out. Together bend and push.
This is such a supportive group of people. They have been so nice and welcoming, even as I obviously have so much to work on. It's been really cool getting to skate around and learn some of these new to me ways of moving the body.
That's it. Try to bring your right foot in closer between every push. That's it. That's it. That's it. Look back. That's it.
All right. All right.
Okay, so you're kind of like this.
Yeah.
You want to come together. Because when you come together, it's like coming to home base.
Okay.
I get my act together.
Okay.
I get my balance. Stepping, and then they're crossing in the opposite direction.
Whoa.
It takes a long time to do this, though. So, Kate, you were so brave today, and you did so well. Your first time in front of the camera, ice skating, and wearing rental skates, which is never easy.
That was interesting.
And your first time in class, learning so much, and you just went for it. You were all in, and you were so brave. So for that, you earned this medal for JoJo Starbuck's Cool Workout class.
Oh.
We're so happy to have you as our honorary member.
Well, thank
Congratulations.
you so much. I appreciate it.
You did such a great job.
Very kind. This is so neat, though. Now, I had no idea that an adult fitness skating class existed. Is that something when people talk about low-impact cardio workouts, outside your skating circles, is that something people seem to think about right away, a skating class?
I don't know that they do. I think thinking of skating is sort of outside the box. But I think it's a wonderful way to go because it is low impact, because you're gently transferring your weight from one side to the other, which you were learning to do too. And it's all about balance and posture and intention, like where's your weight? And then if you keep building up flow and you keep going, I have run on a treadmill, and I can run for a while, but it doesn't give me the cardio that one lap around the rink does. And I think it's because of the balance element. A lot of people I see at the gym on these balls and half domes, and it's all about balance, and it takes a lot more energy when you're adding the balance component to the cardio mix and to what your arms and legs are doing. Yes. So it really gives you a tremendous workout.
And you answered my next question beautifully of just like the benefits, and it does. It hits the cardio component, balancing, strengthening. Oh my gosh, just my inner thighs alone, every time you had to bring the skates back together, feeling those muscles working so much. And I know that the other women in the class were talking about the hips and the glutes and feeling all of them fire up. So it really does hit so much, and not to mention the core.
Right, right. And in a while, you won't even feel that. And I really feel that my adult skaters feel so much more balance in their real life. And that's always a good thing to have.
I mean, it's so important, right? One of the top injuries as we get older are hip-related injuries, and so much is from weakness. So this is fantastic.
Yes. I notice a lot of friends, as they age, they start to slump over here and their neck goes forward. But I'm constantly encouraging the support in here, lift your necklace, get your head against the imaginary wall so it's not going here, it's back here on top of your spine, which is, it's going to take away all the neck pains that we have. So it's good on all those levels, but it's also an emotional high to get gliding and feel the wind in your face, and to have the social environment of other skaters who are kindred spirits. They're struggling, like if you can't do something, either they can't do it either, or they've been there, and they really are an encouraging cheerleader group for one another. So that's a wonderful, lovely thing to have in your life too.
Absolutely. And what made you decide to begin this class?
Well, I started it at Rockefeller Center about, oh gosh, I hate to say how many years ago, probably about 30 years ago. And I wanted to do a class that I could do. That one I wasn't married, didn't have kids yet. But when I came to New Jersey, I wanted to be home after school with my kids. So I wanted to do something with skating that could happen in the middle of the day. And so I started teaching adults. And I've had college kids, I've had retirees, stay-at-home moms, homeschooling moms. You can see how far these ladies have come, and they all started ground zero at one point, as did I. I mean, we all start
at some
somewhere.
Point. Yes. And it was really tricky for me. I was trying to figure out where my feet go in space, but at the same time, it felt so good. It did, even though the steps would get complicated, because obviously it's my first time here, but it felt so good that you could see how your people just love coming back and coming back. And speaking of, how can people who are watching right now find out more and reach out to you if they want to join in?
Oh, well, I'd love for people to come join the class. We're usually every Thursday at 12:30 to 1:30. We have the whole rink to ourselves, which is a real privilege. And you can go to JoJo, J-O-J-O, at JoJoStarbuck.com. There's no S on the end of Starbuck. It's just singular. JoJoStarbuck.com.
Great. Thank you so much, JoJo.
Oh,
this
you're
was such
welcome.
a pleasure.
You're welcome. It gets your brain going too.
Oh, absolutely. We didn't even talk about the brain health benefits. That was huge too.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. Kate, thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you. As winter settles in, our healthy habits don't have to pause. All season long, you can revisit the information, inspiration, and resources we've been sharing during season 1 of Healthy in the Garden State. I'm Kate Cherichello Tente, and thank you so much for watching. Visit healthyinthegardenstate.com for all links and resources. Here's to living our healthiest lives in the Garden State. Special thanks to our season sponsor, Hunterdon Health. Hey there, thanks so much for watching Healthy in the Garden State. If you enjoyed this episode, you will also love the Dose of Health mini-series that we have going on YouTube. Twice a month, we are profiling different health experts from across the Garden State to give you more information, more resources, and more health tips to live your healthiest life here in New Jersey. So twice a month, Dose of Health under the Healthy in the Garden State YouTube channel. Thanks again.